Well, good morning, good morning. Short talk in the trailer with an old guy. Welcome to you, one and all, if you're tall or short or anywhere in between. It's a Saturday morning here, and I've got the day off, but I don't. And so I'm going to go up to a friend's house. Him and his wife have got a travel trailer that they're living in, and it's got a water heater in there. I've never seen this type before, and frankly, I don't know how to get it out. But we'll figure it out, I hope. Anyway, it's this weird deal where you can either fire it off of propane or it electrically heats the water either way. And I thought, ugh, I don't want to know. So anyway, the thing leaks like a sieve. I got to try to figure out how to get it out, make it go away, and we're going to just mount a little 6-gallon electric instead. And I hope without incident. No major, explosions or anything. Now, it shouldn't be too bad. And I'm just hoping that I got all the right stuff because this little town is not really much of a town. Organ, like, pipe organ. There's actually one right up in there just as you're getting close to the pass to head over toward Alamo. And I don't know, probably 1,000 people live up there. I have no idea. But anyway, they're right up there. And I thought, well, see if we can make it happen today. I went down today, got me some good breakfast, chorizo and egg. Chorizo and eggs, you should try it sometime. Just wanted to pass on I watched a video that I found rather disturbing last night, and I'm recommending it. It's called The Inspired Tribe, that's the channel. Jean Nolan, now it's Jean, and I'm presuming it's pronounced Jean, but I've never actually heard him say that. I've had people call him John, so I don't know what the guy goes by. Anyway, some of his stuff I can live without, but a lot of it's pretty straight, square, true stuff, and he's got a spiritual perspective on things, which I don't 100% agree with, but never mind that, because where we can agree, we do. And anyway, he's talking about this WHO treaty, and I'm going to butcher the text and the context and get it all wrong, but you should go watch this video yourself. It's about 20-something minutes, and it's about a treaty coming up next May, in which essentially, if the United States and other nations don't actively veto it and say, no, no, we're not doing that, then it's going to suck us into essentially subservience to a federalized, an international, a global authority, WHO. And so when they declare a health emergency, defined by them, could include global warming, then they have edicts or demands that they produce that would be the necessary steps that governments no longer have the option of aligning with. They are required by their treaty to stipulations to agree to. So when the next, shall we say, man-made Fort Meade product enters the bloodstreams of America or the other place in the world, and they want to do the whole lockdown hokey pokey and all the emergency drill and all that stuff. Let's ruin the economy again. This time, if this thing goes through, guess what? The governor doesn't have an option to yes or no. They're under orders. What? The federal government doesn't have the option yes or no whether we're going to cooperate. They're under orders. What? And so it's a diddling away of national sovereignty by our so-called leaders. And so it's like the end of the United States, but it wasn't with a war. It wasn't with a huge conflagration. They just signed it away, and a bunch of bureaucrats took over. And so I think anyone with even a quarter of a brain in their head would realize that this would be the end, really effectively, of anything like a federal constitutional representative republic. It would be the beginning of a bureaucratic nightmare that would be, if you can imagine, centralization taken to the hilt. Where? Brussels or somewhere. I don't know where the new hub of the world would be. But the point is, we got to say no. Not only no, but hell no. This idea, this treaty idea, is going to be just a disaster for freedom, for people who want to work for a living, for people who want to be productive, for people who want to, practice their own faith, people who want to live by their own convictions, things like that. So they've already started this in the state of New York. The governorette up there, and I think I've mentioned this before, is trying to draft legislation which would occur during a medical emergency if, say, certain citizens don't want to take a certain product in their arm, then the state has the right to essentially arrest them and put them in holding for their own good, of course, for their own good until the doctors determine that it's okay to let them go. Even though nobody was sick, even though nobody had any symptoms, the people are going to be the people like you and me who say to this whole meritocracy, or whatever we call it. It's a medical bureaucracy, and they want to rule the world through it. And so it would be about the cruelest kind of a tyranny, because, and I believe I'm stealing this from C.S. Lewis. Let's say I'm a bank robber, okay? I'm a bad guy. Boom, boom, bang, bang. I put a mask over my face. I walk in, hey, give me all your money. But I'm a bad one, and I get arrested right away. Well, guess what? I get convicted for bank robbery. Now, I don't know what the sentence on something like that would be, but let's pretend we knew it was 10 years, okay? After the end of 10 years, the government is required to let me go. They can't hold me indefinitely because I was convicted of a crime, and that was the penalty. Well, in this case, when you have a medical tyranny and you get put into protective custody, jail, you don't get out until the doctor says you've been cured. A miracle occurred. And so it's crooked to the core. And this is what's going to happen come next May when, if the U.S. signs on with this, with just about every other country in the world, we have got another animal now. That in that case, the old United States of America is, strictly speaking, off the books, because they've signed away their own sovereignty to rule their own people. That means they're not in control anymore. And so just got to think about that. And if you've got friends, go ahead and tell them. Now, I don't care whether you're right wing or left wing or libertarian or upside down. I don't care whether you're LGBTQ or whether you're black or white or brown. If you don't listen up to this, if you don't wake up to this, if we don't wake up to this and put a stop to it, it's the end of national sovereignty. And that means we're in a worldwide state run by others. We're talking about a war, a cultural war, a social war. I mean, they're just breeding all kinds of trouble here. And nobody, once they realize what's in it, is going to actually want it. But by then, it'll be too late. So it's always a lot easier, and John mentioned this, to derail something before it goes into effect rather than after it goes into effect. Once it's in effect, now you've got it as established policy. And rooting that sucker out is like pulling teeth. So don't go for it. So good. It's a Saturday. Get on out. Find yourself a little project somewhere. Maybe you can, fix them up, put them up, do a little painting. I don't know. Kind of be productive if you can. Why not? And hope you have a good day. Get yourself some good breakfast in you, too. And too bad you can't have chorizo and eggs where I did. My breakfast's better than yours. Who knows? Whose breakfast was better? Well, anyway, I hope you do have a good day. And thank you for watching. And if you got suggestions and things you'd like to talk about, or, disputes you'd care to drag in, that's what they got that comment section for down there. Yak it up if you like. So I read the comments, but there's only a few of them, so let's face it. So far, it has not been a huge job. And for Ralph the guy, I just want to give you another shout out. I haven't forgotten about you. I will produce yet more video evidence at some point in the future about kind of how to get into plumbing, what the job's really about, and what I find interesting about it, and things like that. So that's coming up, and I haven't forgot you, Ralph. So I just wanted to talk about this treaty thing today while it's fresh on my mind, because I do tend to forget things after all, a lot. You have a good day. Bye-bye.